all the ingredients together, put it on a sheet pan, roast it, and then mix it with pasta. It's as simple as that. Today we're revisiting a recipe that we actually published less than a year into the blog's existence. This is 2014, so the blog has been around for 11 years now, which is insane to think about. And this recipe comes from a time when the walks of life was not really very well known. In fact, we would get really excited if we saw like 20 people on the site at one time. This is from that time. But this is actually our first, oddly enough, a non-Chinese recipe. This is the first recipe that we had go viral on Pinterest. Viral for our time at that point was probably, several thousand views, but that was very exciting for the four of us back in 2014. And since then, it's been a recipe that we have come back to time and time again, especially this time of year when tomatoes, zucchini, and eggplant are all in season. It's Ratatouille Pasta. Okay. If you're one of those people that thinks that they don't like ratatouille, because I was one of those people, every ratatouille, no offense to the ratatouille recipes out there, but usually it's kind of soupy, it's a little bit bland, the vegetables are kind of on the mushier side, and you're just kind of like, I don't know if that was worth all the work, especially because you're actually stewing it and you're cooking it on the stove. This version is roasted. So everything gets mixed and spread onto a baking sheet, roasted in the oven, and then you just mix it with cooked pasta. It's as easy as that. It's super delicious. Even if you didn't want to serve it with pasta, you could serve it with crusty bread if you like. It's just one of those recipes that I personally have made so many times since we first posted it. And we thought it would be fun to share it with you all today and take a walk down the walks of life's memory lane. Also, this is a great sheet pan recipe. I feel like we were making sheet pan recipes before we even knew sheet pan recipes were a thing. But people love them because they are so easy. And this really is just put all the ingredients together, put it on a sheet pan, roast it, and then mix it with pasta. It's as simple as that. Okay, so we have all of our ingredients to season the vegetables here. First, we're gonna have some finely chopped onion and garlic, minced garlic. Gotta get all of it. Okay. I'm gonna add a 1/4 cup of olive oil. I'm just gonna eyeball it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go. And then we have 2 tomato things, some tomato paste, and some sun-dried tomatoes. This was an addition that back in 2014, my dad suggested, and I was kind of like, is that kind of fussy to add sun-dried tomatoes? It's kind of a specialty ingredient, but it really makes a difference. So now I'm just gonna add some salt and pepper. If you are wondering what the measurements are for this, just head to the website. We'll link the recipe in the description box. So this is some dried basil, thyme, and Italian seasoning. So now we're just gonna mix it. And you're gonna get kind of this like paste, but you want it to be really even so that it mixes with the vegetables evenly. And this is just gonna coat the vegetables, season them, and make them really nice and flavorful. And you're essentially making your sauce on the sheet pan. So now I'm gonna add the tomatoes, the cherry tomatoes. We're just gonna keep them whole, super simple. And the zucchini, which are diced, and the eggplant. You can use any eggplant here. We just have this like cute like striped eggplant. You can use regular globe eggplants. You could use Chinese or Japanese eggplants as well. Now I'm gonna mix it and toss everything together. This is really the only step of the recipe where you're like kind of wanting to be a little bit more meticulous. You wanna make sure that everything is coated in that seasoning mixture. And this is all gonna fit on one sheet pan. This recipe makes enough for 8 ounces of pasta, so it serves 2 generously. But you could easily double it and just bake this on 2 sheet pans if you have a lot. And now we just dump it all onto the sheet pan. Just gonna grab a spatula and clean out the bowl. Now into the oven for 45 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. So this is a non-Chinese recipe, and I feel like people are often kind of like skeptical of our non-Chinese recipes, and I don't know why, because we're not sitting around eating noodles and tofu all day. We love pasta as much as the next family, and you guys should really pay attention to our non-Chinese recipes because, hey, the reason we post them is that we know that they're not necessarily gonna be the most popular recipes on the blog. We post them for ourselves. So give our non-Chinese recipes a chance, everyone. Okay, so the veggies are out of the oven and they've cooled down a little bit. You don't have to cool them, but we let them cool a little bit because, to be honest, we weren't on top of our game. But this is fine. This will make a delicious sauce. So now all we have to do is mix it with the pasta. Let's go to the stove. All right, the spaghetti has boiled. So now I'm gonna add the vegetables into the pan. And you could technically just mix your spaghetti with your ratatouille, but I'm really gonna make sort of a sauce here with the pasta water. And as you can see, the roasting has made everything really caramelized, but it's not really a sauce yet. So you're gonna use the pasta cooking water to make that sauce. So I have my spaghetti, and I'm just gonna put like a ladle or 2 of the cooking water. Let's just start with 1 and see where that gets us. So now I'm just gonna add the spaghetti to the pan. Did I get all of it? Yes. So again, this is 8 ounces of pasta, but you can double the entire recipe really easily to make a whole pound. This is gonna serve 2 people very generously, or serve 3 if you're, if you follow the package serving sizes. Supposedly this is supposed to serve 4, but I don't agree. Okay, so if you can see, the sauce is like starting to simmer with the ratatouille and the pasta water. And I'm gonna add more pasta water now. And then just keep tossing. And we want the sauce to really coat the pasta and make it nice and silky. We're going for silky texture here. Okay, so now I'm gonna add the herbs. I have parsley and basil. You could just use parsley or just use basil. Okay, and then that's it. Let's stir it up and serve it. Grab more vegetables. Okay, let's try to grab more sauce. And that's the dish. Roasted ratatouille pasta. The ratatouille is nice and caramelized, and with that pasta water, it just created this really nice sauce. And we are going to go to the table and put some cheese on it. My energy is so low. So put some cheese on it. Where's my cheese? Okay, I have this huge Costco block of cheese. Oh, that's not the right way. It's this way. And this is the Ratatouille pasta. So it was, you guys saw, you just make a quick seasoning mixture, you coat the vegetables in it, put them in the oven, and you literally just mix it in a pan with the pasta water and the pasta, and you have this like really beautiful pasta that really took no time to make, and it's full of vegetables, full of summer vegetables. And if you're one of those people that thinks that you don't like ratatouille because it turns out kind of wet and mushy, this is not that. This is very different, and I think that you'll like this. This recipe is where it all began. Let's see if it's held up after 10 years. I mean, it has, because I've made it before. I made it like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I need to learn how to take smaller bites on camera. This pasta just tastes like summer. Everything bursting out of the summer garden is in here. The herbs, the tomato, the eggplant, the zucchini, and it's just like, it has a ton of flavor. It's, you know, a regular ratatouille doesn't always have that much flavor, but this, because it was caramelized and roasted in the oven, it's really sweet, it's really robust and tasty, and it doesn't take that much effort. So I hope that you all enjoy it as much as we do. If you guys can hear the baby in the background, that in and of itself shows you how old this recipe is, because 10 years ago, I was in a very different place. But I'm still making ratatouille pasta. Hi everyone, today we are revisiting a recipe that we actually published shortly after we started the blog. And this—
I'm gonna stop you there. Just say less than a year into the blog's existence or something.
Why is that?
Because it's more impressive.
Kind of cool.
Shortly after could be like 5 years, 4 years, 3 years. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
It's a deep cut.
Fine.
Speak the kids' lingo. Come on, Sarah. Keep yourself relevant.